You are being manipulated by your own mind, not by society, not by your enemies, not even by your past, but by the invisible programs running within your brain that convince you control equals safety. The truth is, your mind's obsession with control is the very thing that keeps you trapped. 2.5 millennia ago, a Chinese sage named Lao Tzu saw this illusion clearly. He discovered that the key to power was not force, but flow, not domination, but surrender. He called it Wu Wei, effortless action, the art of doing without striving, of achieving without resistance. It was the principle that turned chaos into harmony, effort into grace. Modern science now calls it psychological flow. But to the Taoists, it was the rhythm of existence itself. Think about this. Every time you've wanted something desperately, love, success, approval, recognition, the harder you tried to grasp it, the faster it slipped away. You've felt that strange irony, haven't you? The more you chase, the more distant it becomes. The more you worry about losing something, the more fragile it feels. This is no accident, it's not bad luck. It's your nervous system mistaking desire for danger. It's the brain's oldest survival bug. When you want something too much, your mind activates the same circuitry it uses for threats. Your body tightens, adrenaline spikes, your thoughts scatter, and your vision narrows. You don't think with clarity, you think with fear. You stop acting from wisdom and start reacting from panic. Lao Tzu saw this same human loop 25 centuries ago. He watched the natural world and realized something that modern neuroscience has only confirmed today. The universe does not force. The sun does not strain to rise. Rivers do not struggle to flow. Trees do not rush to grow. Everything unfolds through balance, rhythm, and alignment. And that's when he found the symbol of ultimate strength: water. Water, he said, is the softest substance in the world, yet nothing can resist it. It does not fight the rock. It moves around it, wearing it down in silence. It does not resist gravity. It uses it. It does not demand its way. It finds it. In stillness, water reflects the sky. In movement, it reshapes the earth. The way of water is the way of Wu Wei, the way of acting without tension, of living without internal war. True mastery, Lao Tzu taught, is not about controlling life, but cooperating with it. When you fight reality, you lose. When you align with it, you flow. The paradox is simple. The more you let go, the more control you gain. There was once a businessman who built an empire. Wealth, status, power. Then came the 2008 crash. Within 6 months, everything vanished. He lost his company, his home, his marriage, even his sense of self. People pitied him, but he smiled. When asked how he could remain calm, he said, "I haven't lost anything. I've been freed from everything that stopped me from being alive." At first it sounded like madness, but 2 years later he started again, lighter, freer, detached. 5 years later, he sold his new company for $50 million. What changed wasn't his luck, or even his skill. It was his relationship with control. The first time he was attached to success. The second, he was committed only to the process. He discovered the Taoist secret. When you stop clinging to outcomes, life begins to cooperate. Modern neuroscience is now proving what the Taoists always knew. Harvard researchers found that those who practice detachment show dramatic neurological shifts. Their amygdala, the fear center, is up to 40% smaller. Their prefrontal cortex, the seat of logic, patience, and focus, grows stronger. They produce more serotonin, less cortisol, and make better decisions under pressure. Their brains literally evolve to handle chaos with calm. Detachment is not a philosophy. It's neuroplastic training for peace. But how can you train it? Taoism offers 3 timeless practices that can reshape your relationship with control forever. The first is the art of as if. Act as if you already have what you desire, but simultaneously, as if it doesn't matter. Prepare with full focus, then release all attachment to results. Before an interview, an exam, a performance, do everything with precision, then walk in light. You don't chase success, you embody it. This paradox disarms your brain's threat system. It tells your body, I'm already safe. And in that safety, confidence blooms naturally. The second practice is the water principle. When you hit an obstacle, don't break against it, bend. Be water. If someone resists you, don't meet them with tension. Meet them with patience. If your work stalls, adjust your flow. If your relationship tightens, loosen your grip. Control invites resistance. Softness invites resolution. Water shows us that adaptation is not weakness. It is wisdom. Power without flexibility is brittle. Power with flow is eternal. The third practice is detachment from the ego. Your greatest enemy is not failure or fear. It's the part of you that demands to be right. The ego wants recognition, validation, superiority. It feeds on control, but the more you defend it, the weaker you become. Every time you choose to prove your point instead of seeking understanding, you lose alignment. Every time you seek to win an argument instead of preserving peace, you drain your spirit. The path of detachment is not about indifference. It's about power without pride. The ego screams, I must control. The soul whispers, I must understand. There's a deeper secret Taoist masters rarely spoke of, emotional polarity reversal. When pain rises, you breathe into it. When fear appears, you welcome it. When uncertainty grows, you walk toward it, because what you resist multiplies, and what you embrace dissolves. A Yale psychologist tested this on patients with panic attacks. Half were taught to suppress their symptoms. The others were told, invite the panic, feel it fully. In just 30 days, the second group reduced attacks by 90%. Why? Because they no longer feared the feeling. When you are not afraid of emotion, you become invincible. Every form of attachment begins with fear, the fear of being irrelevant, forgotten, unseen. We cling to status, possessions, achievements because we believe they prove our worth. But the Tao reveals a deeper truth. Meaning is not found in what you hold on to, but in what you can release. The masters understood that true strength is not grasping harder. It is opening the hand. When you let go of the need to control, you discover an infinite power guiding you forward. Look again at water. It flows with grace, it reflects light without trying, it adapts without losing its essence. It fills the lowest places with humility and shapes mountains through patience. That is the warrior's way. To move through life without resistance, to lead with stillness, to face chaos with calm. The greatest minds and leaders, samurai, Stoics, monks, all found this same secret. Mastery is not about force, it's about rhythm. It's about moving with life, not against it. So I ask you, what are you still clinging to? What illusion of control still holds you hostage? Because every attachment you release frees energy, focus, and strength. Every moment you let go of the need to control, life begins to move with you. The Tao is not distant. It is in every breath, every pause, every surrender. You don't need to fight to win. You need to flow to arrive. The path of peace is not escape. It is alignment, a return to the rhythm that has always been carrying you. You have never been lost, only tense. You have never been powerless, only attached. The moment you let go, you return to power. The Tao whispers a simple truth. Water never doubts the river. Trust the current. Flow with life. And everything you've been chasing will start to flow toward you. Train your mind. Master yourself. Walk the Dojo Path.